Hi everyone, welcome back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. I've been off my morning walk today. As you can see, I'm wearing my hat here to keep my Bolden heed nice and warm as it's getting a bit brisk in the morning. But I just thought I'd jump on and give this quick thought and rant of the day. It's been a brilliant week for Newcastle United on the pitch. Loads of great results. Unbeaten run continues, progression in the Champions League, smashing Sheffield United 8-0, getting the win against Man City in the Cup. But sadly, off the pitch, there has been something that's rattled the fan base quite a bit, rattled a few cages, certainly rattled mine too. So I'm going to come on and say what I think about it. And it was in the wake of the Manchester City victory, actually. So outside St James's Park, there's a lot of prominent YouTubers and content creators that hang around out there and, you know, capture the fans coming out and the kind of real-time reaction to victories and defeats as well, to be fair. There is a prominent YouTuber who does a lot of interaction with the fans, and I'm not going to name him. He does a really good job, to be fair. I'm subscribed to his channel. I really like what he puts out there most of the time. But this one, I think, is a little bit of an editing fuck-up from him, it's safe to say, and I think when he watches it back, he'll probably realise it too. But it's been clipped, it's been shared, everyone's seen it, everyone's had their take on it. Most people absolutely disgusted by it, including me. So basically what it is a couple of fans come to the camera, and this is after the news that we drew Manchester United in the next round of the Carabao Cup, which a lot of people thought was a fix. I was going to come on here and do one of these rants, but I looked back and I thought, unless Don Goodman has x-ray vision, he can't see through that fucking green lid, so I didn't bother. But yeah, these two come to the front of the camera, and it was just the dad more than anything. I assume it was a son and a dad jumped to the front of the camera and started talking about Manchester United, and then he decided to shout air disasters at the camera, making light of obviously the tragedy that the Manchester United went through back in 1958 with the Munich air crash, where they lost 8 of the players, you know, that died in the crash, and it was horrendous. Really, it's still one of football's biggest tragedies to this day, and it's mourned by not just Manchester United fans but the whole world of football. You know, it robbed the world of football of some really exciting young players and some young men and families of their sons and their husbands and their brothers, and it's an awful thing to happen. And to make light of that and to take the piss out of that from a fucking grown-ass man as well is pretty pathetic. So I think this bloke needs to take a good fucking look at himself in the mirror and ask whether he is being all he can be, and not just that, being a good role model to what I assume was his son behind him, who also weighed in and, you know, started cheering. And he couldn't even remember the date, the little fucker. He said 19 something and he just disappeared, and he couldn't even remember what date it was. So he's obviously just taking lead from his complete knacker of a father by the looks of it there, which is pretty disgusting. And I mean, don't get me started on the way kids are behaving these days. I sound like a right old fart here, but if a 16-year-old lad can allegedly cut down one of the most iconic trees in this region just for the crack, then fuck me, we're all in trouble with these young kids coming through. But anyway, back to this point. So yeah, it was really disgusting. Everyone took to social media and voiced their opinion about it, and it's disgusting on many ways, but it's disgusting just from a humanitarian point of view. You know, these are human beings that died in the crash. This is somebody's death you're fucking mocking here, which is just utterly fucking disgraceful. For one, you know, it means a lot to the Manchester United fan base as well. You know, you're going to rile them up, but also look at our own fan base. You know, we tragically lost a couple of our fans in the MH17 disaster, which we still mourn to this day. So it's no fucking respect either to the Newcastle United fan base, who continually mourn, you know, the loss of the 2 guys that died in that plane crash as well. So, you know, fucking just sort yourself out, mate. Just stop acting like an absolute fucking prick. This is the worry with fans these days, you know, that people, these morons are infecting the fan base, and they're coming out with these fucking stupid things. And because there's so much content out there, you are going to capture it and people are going to see it. I mean, I saw, I think it was the Southampton fans in the Leicester game the other day, I think it was, chanting and mocking the Leicester owners' death in the helicopter crash. I mean, that's fucking disgusting, man. Like, what you did, that's not banter. People hide this horrible, grotesque, warped sense of humour behind a thin veil of banter. It's not fucking banter at all. It's disgusting. Sort your shit out and act like a fucking human being, for fuck's sake. It's utterly disgusting. It really is. In terms of this fan in particular, I hope the club see that. And if he is a season ticket holder, I hope they take action against him. I hope the likes of the Trust do, and everybody else as well. You know, and if he's just gone and managed to get a cup ticket, I hope he's fucking banned from the stadium. Him and his kid as well. Maybe his kid can learn a valuable lesson there. That daddy's a wanker, Timmy. Don't act like daddy. Don't grow up to be like daddy. Grow up and be fucking better than daddy, Timmy, because he's a fucking moron. And if the bloke can sort his shit out and stop acting like a cretinous, heartless fucking prick, then maybe he'll have a chance of being a better human being. But yeah, for me, I was disgusted by it, like most people. as well. There's no place for it in football whatsoever. I'm not going to wait on a content creator. To be fair to him, like I say, I think he does a really good job. I'm subscribed to his channel, but I think next time maybe take a little bit longer on the cutting floor and just cut this shit out. Just read it back, look at it, watch it back, cut it, and just think, is that going to upset people? Is that a little bit off piece? Is it offside, out of order? As Mark's put in the thumbnail, and just cut it out. Fan cams, like as I said, is a really difficult thing to do. We don't do it. I don't know if we'll ever do it, but our good friend Dan Wales was the master cameraman when the king of the fan cams, in my opinion. Emile Franchi was out there doing what he did. I was on a few fan cams as well. Many beers to be had. I'm surprised I could even string a sentence together, but they were great content. Some of it was brilliant. Some of it was a bit cringe at times. That's the wonder of fan cams, you know what I mean? But for me, this kind of shit has no place in football whatsoever. It gives Newcastle United a bad name as a fan base. We don't need enough people throwing more shit at us, because of who our owners are, the humanitarian side and the human rights angles and all that kind of stuff from, likes of the journalists and other fan bases. They're all lining up to throw things at us. We don't need fucking village idiots like this prick and his little kid making it worse. And again, for content creators just like ourselves as well, we've got a responsibility not to put offensive shit like that out into the world. We saw something a couple of months ago as well, with I think a pre-season friendly and a young lad giving shit to an older activist guy, and we just don't need it, guys. You're gonna get views. You got good content. You're good to watch. People like you for talking about the club and talking about your opinions. You don't need to put these fucking arseholes into your content. You just don't need it. We don't need it. Newcastle United fan content is brilliant. There's some great people producing stuff on this platform, and we don't need poisonous, thick village idiot wanks like this ruining it for everybody. So let's cut them all the fuck out. The other thing that was batshit crazy as well, and these amateur sleuths, which, let's be honest with you, I don't think Poirot was shaking in his detective boots, decided to throw the blame at a completely different couple of people, a dad and a son, and blame them for being the people in the video. And I looked at a picture of these two. It looked fucking nothing like them whatsoever. But these people are piling on and tweeting stuff and retweeting stuff or posting and reposting, whatever the fuck X calls it these days, to the point where the Newcastle United food bank had to come out and say that it wasn't them two, and they've raised loads of money for the food bank. I think it's actually the kid who goes around with the magic hat and everything, but he looked nothing like the kid in the fucking picture, and the dad looked nothing like the dad either. So these amateur sleuths need to fucking cool their jets as well and stop acting like a bunch of fucking melts and dragging people's name through the mud completely factually incorrectly as well. You just don't do that shit. I know you're upset, I know you're annoyed, but there's no reason to besmirch somebody's reputation whatsoever. But let's get back to the football this week. Let's hope we get 3 points against Burnley. We'll be back with a post-match review of that. Hopefully us getting another victory, then moving on to the first Champions League game at St James's Park in 20 odd years. I'm buzzing, I can't wait. And Mbappe or not, bring them on. Let's fucking batter them just like we're battering everybody else. Have a cracking day wherever you are, everyone. If you want to like and subscribe, give it a smash. Why not come and join the Evermore communities for growing every single week, every single month, and we love the fact that you guys are doing that too. So thank you so much for that. Have a great day wherever you are. Away are the lads, and we'll see you later.